Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Animenomi channel. Shanks is currently searching for Bartolomeo, an encounter in which he is leaving fans very anxious about what will happen should that encounter happen. Several theories are being created about this possible event. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the reasons why Shanks is chasing Bartolomeo, as well as talking about the possibilities that could happen if this meeting actually happens. Before we dive into the video, don't forget to smash that like button. Give us a thumbs up to unlock your devil fruit powers, and hit that subscribe button to awaken. Now, let's jump into the video. Guys, in a surprising turn of events, Shanks, the redhead, embarked on a determined mission to hunt down Bartolomeo, Luffy's self-proclaimed biggest fan, and currently a notorious pirate who had apparently crossed the limits set by Shanks. It all started to unfold a week after the intense battle between Luffy and Kaido in Wano. Shanks, known for his great strength and insight, realized that Luffy's growing fame as a pirate could invite unexpected trouble, especially considering Bartolomeo's unpredictable temper. Shanks, an emperor of the seas, understood like no one else the importance of maintaining a respectable reputation among pirates. Upon arriving near the coast of Wano, Shanks reflected on the past times he was on the island, remembering the Roger pirates and the moment he witnessed Kozuki Oden's departure. Shanks then remembered Momonosuke and Hiyori, aware that time was moving forward for them. However, Shanks's attention quickly shifted to something more immediate and worrying: Bartolomeo. The crux was the devastation caused by Bartolomeo and territories under Shanks's control. Luffy's self-proclaimed fan, although in love with his idol, had crossed the line, disrupting order and threatening Shanks's reputation as Emperor of the Seas. Bartolomeo, in his extreme devotion to Luffy, became a threat that Shanks could not ignore. He began to take possession of the islands over which Shanks has dominion, threatening the fame of Shanks and his crew. Shanks, ever strategic, realized that allowing Bartolomeo to continue his actions without consequences would not only harm the image of the red-haired pirates, but could also trigger a series of undesirable events. Shanks's reputation was at stake, and he knew that acting decisively was essential. Sitting down with Beckman, his trusted right-hand man, Shanks expressed his determination to face Bartolomeo. It was time to act, not only to restore order to their territories, but also to send a clear message to the other pirates that defying Shanks would have serious consequences. While picking up a cup of sak, Shanks revealed that Bartolomeo had become his next target. The conversation with Beckman indicated that they were ready to reclaim One Piece, and to do so, they needed to deal with the immediate threats, starting with Bartolomeo. Thus, Shanks embarked on a journey to restore order to his territory, reaffirming his status as one of the emperors of the seas, and protecting the reputation he had built over the years. The imminent confrontation between Shanks and Bartolomeo promises to be an exciting event full of twists and turns in this world, full of piracy and adventure. The real reason why Bartolomeo has become a significant threat to Shanks goes beyond the simple devastation of territory. The dimension of the problem lay in the specific nature of these territories conquered by the self-proclaimed biggest fan of the Straw Hats. Not only was Bartolomeo wreaking indiscriminate havoc, but his actions were directly undermining the red-haired pirates' carefully built influence and reputation. Bartolomeo, in his fervent devotion to Luffy and the Straw Hats, had embarked on a series of territorial conquests in his idol's name. The crucial problem lay in the fact that these conquered territories were being associated not with Luffy's pirates, but mistakenly with Shanks' red-haired pirates. Every act of Bartolomeo's, however well-intentioned it may have been in his mind, resulted in a direct blow to Shanks' reputation and authority. The territories conquered by Bartolomeo were in the possession of the red-haired pirates, which compromised the integrity of Shanks' name and influence as one of the four emperors. A pirate's reputation was not only based on brute strength, but also on respect and fear. The confusion created by Bartolomeo's actions threatened to undermine this fundamental foundation, putting Shanks' carefully maintained position in the pirate world at risk. Furthermore, Shanks was fully aware that piracy operated on a delicate balance of power and mutual respect between pirates. Allowing Bartolomeo to continue his forays without response would send a clear message of weakness, which could attract other challengers. In confronting Bartolomeo, Shanks not only seeks to restore order to his territories, but is also determined to protect the reputation and integrity of his crew. The confusion caused by Bartolomeo's actions poses an existential threat to the carefully cultivated image of the red-haired pirates, and Shanks, as leader, is determined to act before the consequences become irreparable. Thus, Shanks' pursuit of Bartolomeo was not just a matter of personal revenge, but a crucial measure to preserve the legacy and respectability of the red-haired pirates in the face of a situation that threatened to destabilize the already fragile balance in the dangerous world of One Piece. Looking at at the broader picture of events in the New World, Shanks, the Emperor of the Seas, realized that the Straw Hats, led by Luffy, are constantly expanding their influence in unprecedented ways. It is not only Bartolomeo who was conquering territories in the name of the Straw Hats, but also the other members of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, each bent on their own ambitious missions. The Grand Fleet, made up of powerful crews who had sworn loyalty to the Straw Hats, was performing remarkable feats in many parts of the New World. Each of the commanders, inspired by Luffy, was pursuing goals that transcended borders and challenges, aiming to further enhance the name of the Straw Hat crew. The Grand Fleet's bold actions were not only limited to territorial conquest, but also involved defeating powerful figures, forging new alliances, and defending defenseless communities. Each achievement, each feat, contributed to the construction of a legacy that transcended the borders of the Grand Line. These achievements make the Straw Hats even more famous. This territorial expansion and notable achievements were elevating the Straw Hats to new heights of prestige and respect in the pirate world. However, for Shanks, this represented a direct challenge to the position he and the red-haired pirates held as one of the four supreme powers of the seas. Shanks's reputation was intrinsically linked to his ability to maintain a commanding and respectable presence. The overwhelming success of the Straw Hats and their Grand Fleet could diminish the importance of the red-haired pirates, putting into question not only their influence, but also the political stability of the New World. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Shanks cannot afford to stand still in the face of this situation. The search for Bartolomeo is just a small part of a broader strategy to preserve the red-haired pirates' position in the face of the Straw Hat Pirates' meteoric rise. The future is filled with uncertainty, and Shanks's action against Bartolomeo is just the first step toward a confrontation that will change the fate of both groups in the chaotic maelstrom of the seas. The Straw Hat Grand Fleet, led by very famous and powerful pirates like Cavendish, Bartolomeo, and Luffy's other loyal allies, continue to write their own saga of triumphs on the seas. News of his achievements is reaching the ears of countless islands and ports, creating a legendary aura around Luffy and his companions. The name of the Straw Hats, which was already known and respected, now echoes even louder, becoming a synonym for courage, freedom, and justice. As the commanders of the Grand Fleet challenge and defeat powerful adversaries, their individual reputations become intertwined with that of the Straw Hat captain. Luffy's legacy expands, not only as a formidable captain of a crew, but as a symbol of hope and change in the pirate world through this great strength gained. The territories conquered by the Grand Fleet are now under the Straw Hats flag, marking a new era in the history of piracy. The impact of this expansion is profound, altering power dynamics and the general perception of what it means to be a pirate in the New World. The extraordinary feats of the Grand Fleet are not just territorial conquests, but affirmations that a new era of piracy is dawning, led by Luffy and his loyal allies. This news reverberates across all corners of the seas, reaching remote islands and bustling cities. The name Monkey D. Luffy becomes synonymous with courage and daring, inspiring not only other pirates, but also those who yearn for freedom in a world full of challenges and injustices. Recognizing the growing prestige of Luffy and the Straw Hats, Shanks understands that a strategic response is necessary. The competition for the title of Pirate King is fiercer than ever, and Shanks is determined to keep the red-haired pirates an unwavering force in this dynamic landscape. The impending confrontation with Bartolomeo is not just a matter of lost territories, but a battle for supremacy in the new pirate order that is slowly being developed. Faced with the imminent confrontation with Bartolomeo, red-haired Shanks planned a meticulous approach to dealing with the Straw Hat's self-proclaimed biggest fan. Aware of the importance of keeping his reputation intact, Shanks knows about the possible actions that could be taken to restore order in his territories and send a clear message to the other pirates. First, Shanks recognized the need to carefully evaluate Bartolomeo's intentions. Although his actions had caused significant disruption, Shanks, known for his wisdom, understood that an overly aggressive approach could further inflame the situation. Instead, he may be planning to confront Bartolomeo in a diplomatic manner, aiming to understand the motivations behind his actions and explore possible solutions that would benefit both parties. Considering Shanks's reputation as a respected leader, he could leverage his charismatic presence and negotiation negotiation skills to persuade Bartolomeo to reconsider his actions. If the diplomatic approach was not effective and Bartolomeo's intentions remained hostile, Shanks would be prepared for more forceful action. His crew, made up of skilled and formidable members, could be mobilized to contain Bartolomeo and restore order in the affected territories. Shanks, known for his battle prowess, could personally confront Bartolomeo, seeking a direct and effective resolution to the impasse. Furthermore, Shanks would consider the possibility of establishing terms and agreements that would guarantee the future security and stability of his territories. This could involve mutual commitments, non-aggression agreements, or even strategic alliances that benefit both parties. Shanks, recognizing the complexity of the situation, would be willing to explore all available options to preserve the red-haired pirates' position and maintain order in their domains. Shanks determined to approach the situation with the wisdom of an experienced leader. Whether through diplomatic negotiation or direct action, Shanks's goal would be clear: restore order to his territories, preserve the reputation of the red-haired pirates, and ensure that the Straw Hat's influence did not clash with his own on the pirate scene. Additionally, Shanks considers the possibility of exploring the bonds between Luffy and Bartolomeo. Knowing that Bartolomeo is an ardent Luffy fan, Shanks could pursue a more subtle approach, trying to influence Luffy to intercede and find a peaceful solution. Given Luffy's laid-back and friendly nature, direct intervention from the Straw Hat captain could be crucial in diffusing the situation. However, Shanks would not fail to prepare for a scenario in which diplomacy failed. If negotiations did not lead to a satisfactory resolution, Shanks would be ready to act decisively. He would summon his crew, known for their combat skill and unwavering loyalty, to face Bartolomeo and his followers. A battle between two notable groups from the New World would certainly have repercussions and draw the attention of pirates, sailors, and revolutionaries. At the same time, Shanks would ensure that his actions were perceived as a measured response to a specific threat, and not as an indiscriminate declaration of war on the Straw Hats. Maintaining subtlety and diplomacy in approach is essential to avoiding widespread conflict and preserving the delicate balance of power in the New World. Shanks would be prepared to do whatever was necessary to protect the red-haired pirates' interests and reaffirm their place among the great pirate powers. For a Yonko like Shanks, territories are very important to maintain his dominance and fame throughout the world. Firstly, the territories serve as a tangible demonstration of Shanks' power and influence. In a world where strength is revered, owning land under your rule not only establishes a physical presence, but also projects an image of unchallengeable authority. Control over strategic territories not only confers prestige as a Yonko, but also sends a clear message to other pirates, indicating that the red-haired pirates will not hesitate to protect and expand their spheres of influence. Furthermore, possession of territories is vital for consolidating alliances and gaining the loyalty of other pirates. Shanks, with his strategic vision, understands that, on the complex political board of the New World, having allies is as crucial as having power. By controlling valuable land, he can offer strategic alliances, resources, and, in some cases, safe haven, attracting other pirates to his side. Pirate diplomacy, although often shrouded in mistrust, is an essential tool for any Yonko seeking to maintain their position amid constant rivalry. Furthermore, well-established territories provide a solid base for logistical and strategic operations. The ability to mobilize resources, recruit new members, and maintain a constant presence in key areas of the New World is essential to sustaining the red-haired pirates' influence. Shanks understands that to be respected and feared, he must be able to respond quickly to threats and opportunities, which is facilitated by an efficient network of territories. By vigorously opposing pirates like Bartolomeo who seek to challenge his borders, Shanks is not only protecting his territory, but also defending the very power structure that sustains his status as Yonko. For Shanks, every inch of land conquered and held is a bold declaration of his strength, an affirmation that the red-haired pirates are not just a powerful crew, but an established power shaping the course of the New World. The importance of territories for a Yonko goes beyond simple geographic expansion and the consolidation of power. These tracts of land play a vital role in projecting influence and ensuring the stability necessary to sustain Shanks' rule over the seas. In a world where pirates compete fiercely for resources, valuable territories provide Shanks with a solid operational base. They are not only a symbol of your supremacy, but also an inexhaustible source of resources such as food, materials, and even technology. This self-sufficiency allows Shanks to keep his crew, as well as any alliance he forges, in a state of constant prosperity, thus cementing his position as a dominant power. Territories under the control of a Yonko also serve as strategic springboards for future expansions. By possessing key points in the New World, Shanks can influence shipping routes, control trade, and shape the region's political dynamics. This strategic presence not only increases the red-haired pirates' security, but also gives them a significant tactical advantage in any contest. Furthermore, well-maintained territories are vital for maintaining order and obedience within the crew itself. Control over specific areas creates a sense of belonging and stability, fundamental to ensuring the loyalty of crew members. The fear and respect that arise from dominion over strategic lands are powerful tools in maintaining cohesion and discipline among the red-haired pirates. For a Yonko like Shanks, whose name evokes both respect and fear, the possession and protection of territories are critical to ensuring that his reputation as an undisputed leader endures. Every island, every coast becomes a living testament to the power of the red-haired pirates, marking their presence over the world of One Piece. In this way, territories are not just a means of conquest, but the solid foundation that supports the title of Yonko. Faced with the growing territorial dominance caused by the aggressive expansion of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, both the Navy and Sekai Seifu were compelled to adopt strategic measures to contain the threat before it reached uncontrollable proportions. News of islands and ports falling under Straw Hat influence was reason enough to provoke an immediate response. The Navy, known for its mission to maintain order and suppress pirate activities, would have mobilized its forces quickly to contain the expansion of the Straw Hats. Renowned pirates would be looking to stop the Straw Hats' Grand Fleet from advancing across the seas. The Navy headquarters would have intensified its surveillance, using its vast networks of informants to track the movements of the captains that make up the Straw Hat Grand Fleet and assess the areas of greatest vulnerability to prevent them from continuing their control of territories. This strategy, seeking to weaken the Straw Hats through coordinated attacks and strategic alliances, would reflect the Navy's traditional approach to maintaining the balance of power in the New World. In turn, Sekai Seifu would have used its political and economic influence to undermine the advance of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. This could involve manipulating information to portray the Grand Fleet as a global threat, seeking to isolate them diplomatically and inciting other nations to oppose their advances. Both the Navy and Sekai Seifu are likely looking to neutralize the Straw Hats' imminent threat before they become an indomitable force. This anticipated reaction would reflect not only the need to maintain stability in the New World, but also the willingness of these entities to preserve the delicate balance of power between the most powerful factions on the seas. Faced with the imminent threat of the Straw Hats, the Navy and Sekai Seifu would have intensified their efforts to contain the Grand Fleet's territorial expansion before it became an indomitable force that would challenge the balance of power in the New World. The Navy, aware that military power is an essential tool in containing the pirates that make up the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, would have mobilized its best troops to confront the commanders of these powerful pirates. However, the challenge facing the Navy and Sekai Seifu would lie in the Straw Hats' ability to unite the pirates under a common flag. The determination and loyalty of the commanders and members of the Grand Fleet to Luffy's ideals was a strength that transcended mere territorial conquest. This would require more complex and subtle strategies on the part of the Navy and Sekai Seifu, targeting not only the battlefield but also the public support and hearts of New World pirates. The struggle for the balance of power and stability in the New World is about to intensify, and the maneuvers of the great powers will decide the future of this turbulent pirate landscape. Now that Shanks is chasing him, Bartolomeo will not approach Shanks's impending wrath with determination alone, but rather with a meticulously crafted strategy to manage this delicate situation. His approach reflects not only his fervent loyalty to Monkey D. Luffy, but also an understanding of the challenges he faces when crossing paths with the powerful red-haired Yonko. First of all, Bartolomeo understands very well why Shanks is completely irritated with him. Furthermore, Bartolomeo may have already developed a strategic plan aimed at this major conflict. We know that Bartolomeo is not a character who has a great capacity for dialogue, always acting based on his emotions and with great audacity, no matter how powerful his enemy is. Bartolomeo's determination cannot be underestimated. Even without a plan in mind, he is fully aware that he will have to fight Shanks anyway, no matter how good his arguments are. Bartolomeo, known for his cunning and tactical skills, may have drawn up combat scenarios, carefully evaluating Shanks' skills skills and tactics. He understands that, in a direct confrontation, every move must be calculated, and every strategy must be adaptable to face the unpredictable. Loyalty to the Straw Hats and Monkey D. Luffy, however, is the fuel that fuels the flame of Bartolomeo's determination. This unwavering devotion drives him to overcome the fears and uncertainties that may arise when facing a Yonko. Belief in the ideals of the Straw Hats and the desire to protect his comrades are the strength that motivates him to move forward, defying the entire world just to achieve his own goals. Bartolomeo not only sees the possibility of conflict with Shanks as a threat, but also as an opportunity to assert the Straw Hats' ideals and strength. He understands that depending on the end of this battle, he will be able to make the Straw Hats great if he manages to somehow subdue Shanks, increasing his and Luffy's fame respectively. Furthermore, Bartolomeo recognizes that the impending battle with Shanks is not just a matter of brute strength, but also of influence and reputation. He understands the importance of winning, not only on the battlefield, but also in the eyes of the world. Therefore, he may have developed strategies to not only defeat Shanks, but also to ensure that the narrative that unfolds benefits the Straw Hats. Knowing Shanks' abilities and influence as a Yonko, Bartolomeo may have explored unconventional methods to level the playing field. This can involve strategic alliances, manipulation of information, and even behind-the-scenes political moves. Bartolomeo's cunning is not just limited to physical combat. He understands the importance of winning the war that will inevitably follow a confrontation with Shanks. In doing so, he not only protects the Straw Hats, but also solidifies his position as a significant pirate. Upon receiving the news that Bartolomeo is conquering territories in the name of the Straw Hats, a mixture of surprise, admiration, and concern would overcome Monkey D. Luffy. The captain, known for his carefree and impulsive approach, may initially be caught off guard by Bartolomeo's audacity and initiative. However, this surprise can quickly turn into admiration for the commander's commitment to strengthening the Straw Hats' position in the New World. Luffy, whose dreams involve achieving One Piece and becoming the Pirate King, values the idea of having dedicated and loyal allies. The news that Bartolomeo is acting proactively to expand the Straw Hats' influence may resonate deeply with Luffy's views on freedom and friendship, making him grateful for the commander's initiative. However, the revelation that Shanks is searching for Bartolomeo, possibly with the intention of taking his life, raises additional tension. Luffy, knowing Shanks' importance in his journey and the mutual respect between them, may be faced with an emotional dilemma. The prospect of a confrontation between two allies, especially when one of them is the legendary Shanks, could generate a sense of internal conflict in Luffy. The Straw Hat captain's response will largely depend on his assessment of the situation and the loyalty he attributes to each member of his crew. Luffy's impulsive nature may lead him to consider direct interventions to avoid unnecessary conflicts, seeking to find a solution that preserves both Bartolomeo's life and his relationship with Shanks. On the other hand, Luffy's resilience in protecting his companions and their goals could inspire a more strategic approach. He could consider mediation, seeking to understand Shanks and Bartolomeo's reasons, while seeking a solution that honors both his friendship with Shanks and Bartolomeo's commitment to the Straw Hats. Luffy's reaction would be a complex balance between his emotions and his keen sense of leadership. The news would trigger a series of critical reflections and decisions, shaping not only Bartolomeo's destiny, but also the Straw Hats' dynamics in the face of unexpected challenges. Faced with the news of the imminent clash between Bartolomeo and Shanks, Luffy would find himself at an emotional crossroads. Bartolomeo's unbreakable loyalty and dedication to expanding the Straw Hats' territories resonate deeply with Luffy's philosophy, which values friendship and freedom. On the other hand, Shanks, a respected friend, and a person who placed the fate of the world in Luffy's hands, represents a fundamental connection to the past and an icon of the seas. Luffy's decision on whether to intervene or allow Bartolomeo to handle the situation may depend on several factors. If he fully trusts Bartolomeo's skill and determination, Luffy can choose to respect his commander's autonomy and allow him to face Shanks on his own. This would be a testament to the trust that Luffy places in his allies and the belief that Bartolomeo is capable of facing challenges of magnitude, even against an extremely powerful Yonko. However, Luffy's protective nature towards his companions may push him to intervene on Bartolomeo's behalf. The imminent threat of a deadly confrontation may awaken Luffy's instinct to protect those he considers part of his family. In this scenario, he could embark on a mission to mediate between Bartolomeo and Shanks, seeking a peaceful solution, or at the very least, a resolution that minimizes irreparable damage. However, there is a great possibility that Luffy will not even be able to interfere in this meeting, as Luffy finds himself in serious danger and on a long journey to find the One Piece. For this reason, Bartolomeo would be on his own to resolve this confusion caused by his actions. The possibility of Shanks taking Bartolomeo's life is a complex and intricate question in the New World pirate setting. Shanks is recognized as one of the 4 emperors, a position that implies great power, skill, and influence. However, the One Piece universe is characterized by nuance, unpredictable alliances, and unexpected turns. It is completely difficult to theorize about what the real fate of these characters could be. Shanks, like Yonkou, is arguably one of the most powerful and respected pirates. His crew is made up of notable individuals, and he himself is skilled in both combat and diplomacy. However, Shanks' ability to take Bartolomeo's life would be very easy and quick, as demonstrated when Shanks defeated Kid, a pirate even more powerful than Bartolomeo. However, whether Bartolomeo would lose his life would depend on a number of factors. Firstly, the reason for Shanks' desire to confront Bartolomeo would be crucial. If the issue were a personal disagreement, an irreparable affront, or a conflict of fundamental interests, the threat to Bartolomeo's life could be more imminent. The hierarchy of power in the New World is often shaped by conflicts of loyalty, territory, and, in some cases, deep personal disagreements, forcing the pirates to take each other's lives. However, if the issue between Shanks and Bartolomeo was more complex and involved political, strategic nuances, or even misunderstandings, Shanks could opt for alternative solutions. The Yonkou, known for his wisdom and discernment, can recognize that Bartolomeo's death could lead to undesirable consequences, such as the wrath of Luffy and the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Additionally, the nature of One Piece's world often allows for surprising twists. Unlikely alliances, negotiations, and the influence of third parties could influence the outcome of the situation. Shanks, as an experienced leader, could seek solutions that preserve stability and minimize bloodshed, especially considering the Straw Hats' reputation and their connection to Luffy. Shanks' ability to take Bartolomeo's life would be a complex intersection of factors such as motivations, specific circumstances, and the ethics and morality of the One Piece world itself. The impact of Shanks taking Bartolomeo's life would be like a shockwave reverberating through the world of One Piece. Bartolomeo, a valued and loyal member of the Straw Hats, plays a significant role in the structure and strength of the Grand Fleet. His death would have far-reaching implications, triggering profound and complex consequences within the One Piece universe, and these impacts could directly affect Shanks. The Straw Hat Grand Fleet, made up of diverse crews led by loyal allies, would suffer a devastating blow. Bartolomeo is the most loyal pirate to Luffy, willing to even give his life for the captain if necessary. His loss would shake the members of the Straw Hat Fleet, especially Luffy, as he was the captain, causing Luffy to want revenge for the loss of one of his companions, thus starting a war against Shanks. The New World, already tense with rivalries between the Yonkous, would witness a dramatic increase in hostilities. Bartolomeo's death could light a fuse that would lead to widespread conflict, as different factions seek revenge or consolidate power amid the vacuum left by the loss of a key Straw Hat pirate. Shanks' reputation could be drastically affected by this event. The pirate community, which values respect and honor, could question their actions and motivations, casting doubt on the balance of power in the New World and the ethics that govern its leaders. For Luffy, the loss of Bartolomeo would be more than the death of a commander. It would be the death of a loyal friend and ally. The emotional impact on the Straw Hat captain would be overwhelming, and his reaction could be a mixture of grief and anger, triggering a new phase in Luffy's journey as he faces the implications of the loss. Bartolomeo's death would transform not only the Straw Hats, but also the entire New World pirate scene, marking a critical turning point in the narrative, causing a major battle. Regardless of the final outcome between Shanks and Bartolomeo, it is undeniable that this potentially impactful event will resonate as a significant change in the course of One Piece's history. The story so far has been marked by twists, surprising alliances, and epic confrontations, and the possible collision between the Yonkou Shanks and the loyal commander Bartolomeo promises to be a decisive milestone. If tragedy strikes and Bartolomeo meets his end at the hands of Shanks, the consequences will be profound. The Straw Hat Grand Fleet will lose not only a valuable strategist, but also a symbol of unity. The emotional reaction of Luffy, known for his intense connection with his companions, could shape his journey in unexpected ways, leading him to new challenges and determinations. On the other hand, if a peaceful resolution is reached, this will also have a significant impact. It could alter the power dynamics in the New World. Diplomacy between Shanks and Bartolomeo could reveal a more civilized approach to conflict resolution in the pirate setting. In any case, Piece. The event will inevitably influence One Piece's main narrative, shaping the fate of the Straw Hats, the Grand Fleet, and even the balance of power among the Yonkus. The consequences of this confrontation will not only be physical, but also emotional, paving the way for unexpected developments that could redefine the course of Luffy's great adventure in search of One Piece. That's a wrap for today's content. We hope you enjoyed it and want to share your thoughts on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and catch you in the next video. Take care and stay awesome.